Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review, so if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. A lot went down in this episode, so let's just get right into this review. So at the very beginning of this episode, Brooke is in the studio with Marcus making new music, but because Marcus claims that he's different from the way that he was before, he wasn't really feeling the lyrics to Brooke's song. But to be honest with you, I don't feel like her lyrics were bad. I feel like they were very mild compared to the music that's out right now, so I really don't think that Marcus should be too hard on her for it. But Brooke was having a really hard time focusing in the studio because she kept getting text messages on her phone, and it was from Bobby, Eliza, and Amara, all trying to tell their side of the story to her because of all the drama that happened in the previous episode. In the previous episode at Brooke's party, Amara revealed that she was doing a song with Safaree, and that's when Bobby went off and told everybody, including Amara, that Eliza and Safaree have been messing around with each other. And the party turned into total chaos. Amara and Eliza were yelling at each other, and then Bobby and Eliza were yelling at each other. They started throwing drinks at one another, and that's when Marcus decided to kick everybody out. But Brooke is really tired of everybody trying to include her in their drama because she just got back to Miami and she doesn't really want to be involved. Now, because Estelita is back in Miami, she decides to reconnect with MJ. Apparently, the two of them have some history together, and you can tell that there's some type of romance brewing between the two of them, but I really don't know how that's going to work out because Estelita and Shay do not get along, and Shay is MJ's sister, so I just don't know how that's going to work out. Although I think that, MJ should be able to see Estelita if he wants to, because Shay is with Fabo, and Fabo doesn't get along with any of her family, so I think it's okay for MJ to date somebody that doesn't really get along with Shay either. So Estelita starts telling MJ about all the drama that went down at Brooke's party in the previous episode between Amara and Eliza and the whole Safaree situation, and MJ seemed to be a little bit amused by the whole situation. He said that he doesn't want to see Amara hurt, but because of the way that she did him when they were together, he feels like it's her karma that all this drama is happening around her. Estelita ends up telling MJ that she really tried to work things out with Amara, but things are a little bit still sour between the two of them because of his sister Shay. Estelita feels like Shay was jealous of her friendship that she had with Amara, and that's the reason why she decided to go back to Amara and say a bunch of shit about Estelita to make Amara not want to be her friend anymore. And look, I don't know if that's true or not, but I will say we have seen a few times on this show that Shay has gotten really upset at Amara when she has really close friendships with other people. But that was when Amara and Shay were in a really rough patch in their friendship, and so I would really like to hear Shay's side of the story before I decide whose side I'm on, because I just feel like we've only heard Estelita's side so far, and I want to know what Shay has to say. I am a little confused as to why Estelita thought it was a good idea to say a bunch of stuff about Shay to her brother, though. Like, that doesn't really make any sense to me, because Estelita started saying that Shay used to cry to her when they were friends about Fabo and all of his cheating, and said that Shay revealed to her that she knew that Fabo had a fiance in Wisconsin, and that she went online saying that it wasn't true, even though it really was, and that Fabo was also cheating on her with women in Miami as well. I would just say that anybody who's friends with Estelita needs to be careful what they tell her, because even though her and Shay are not friends anymore, I do think that it's weird that she's putting all of Shay's business out there that Shay confided in her when they were friends. So there's been a lot of tension between Trick and Trina because both of them are not on the same page when it comes to doing this 50 years of hip hop in Miami celebration that they're supposed to be planning together. Trick is also annoyed at Trina for wasting his time a lot because she's been showing up to all their meetings really late, and I can understand why that would be annoying to him, because why are you showing up to all these meetings late? Trick just wants everything to be the way he wants it to be because his son is going to be performing for the first time there, and he wants everything to go well. So Trina's brother ends up setting up a meeting between Trina and Trick, and Trina ends up showing up late once again, which really annoyed Trick, and the two of them were having a conversation about how they want things to go for the celebration, and again, they could not come up with an agreement. So now Trina is saying that she doesn't want to be a part of planning it anymore, and that she's already planning another festival, and that's taking up all her time, and so I just don't think that they're going to be able to come to any type of agreement anytime soon. I hope they work things out though, because they've had a really close friendship for years. So, since the breakup between Flo and Claudia, Flo decides that she's going to focus on her businesses and her music because she feels like she put all of that on the back burner because of all the drama with her and Marlin, and then all the drama between her and Claudia. And Guel ends up telling Flo that she had a conversation with Claudia and basically put Claudia in her place for having a conversation with Hot Topic, knowing that Flo and Hot Topic don't get along with each other after Claudia found out that Flo was cheating on her with Marlin. And Flo was really happy that Guel had her back, but did Guel really have Flo's back? Because when she went to meet up with Claudia, she was touching all over her. The two of them were kissing and being very flirtatious. And according to Claudia, her and Guel messed around back in the day before she got with Flo. So I just don't understand why Guel is not telling this information to Flo. But to me, Flo plays a victim a lot because she started saying how she's upset with Claudia because Claudia betrayed her trust by meeting up with Hot Topic. But actually, Flo is the one that's in the wrong in this situation because she's the one who cheated on Claudia. Claudia met up with Hot Topic after she found out that Flo cheated on her with Marlin in front of everybody and was humiliated. So I just don't understand why Flo is acting like a victim in this situation. And here goes Guel trying to ruin another friendship or relationship that Flo has because Flo started hanging out with Shay in the last episode, and Flo starts telling Guel in this episode that she really likes Shay, and basically Guel was saying that she doesn't like Shay. There's just something about her that she doesn't like, which we know Guel doesn't like anybody. And then she started saying how she doesn't like Shay, but she likes Fabo, which is really weird to say because why are you saying you don't like this woman, but you like her man? That doesn't make any sense to me. And then Marlin ends up showing up and he pulls Flo to the side and says that she hasn't been around recently and that every single time he calls her, she doesn't answer the phone. And Flo is really upset with Marlin because he sat there and ruined her relationship with Claudia and put her business out there in front of everybody at her event. He thought that by telling Claudia that Flo was sleeping with him still, that they would get back together once her relationship with Claudia ended, but Flo said that that is not the case, and she made sure to let Marlin know that she's still going through with the divorce. Now, I hope she really does divorce him, but I'm not really sure because she still has him living in her house. So because Eliza and Amara keep blowing up Brooke's phone, Brooke decided that she was going to mediate a conversation between the two of them, and they both ended up showing up. And Amara was really upset and said that she felt betrayed by Eliza because even though she wasn't there for Eliza the way that Eliza wanted her to be, she had a lot going on in her own life. Not only did she have the breakup with Safaree, but she had the drama with Shay trying to tarnish her reputation. And then on top of that, she has all the drama with her children's father, Alan. So she said that that's the reason why she took a step back from her friendship with everybody. Eliza said that the only reason why she started messing around with Safaree is because Amara said on an Instagram live that her relationship with Safaree was fake and that they were never together, and so she felt like it was okay for her to be with Safaree. Now, I understand where Eliza is coming from, but at the same time, even if the relationship between Amara and Safaree was fake, I still feel like she shouldn't have messed around with him because why would you want to be with any guy that was linked to one of your friends? Like, obviously, even if Amara and Safaree weren't really together, which Amara has said now that her and Safaree were together, she was just upset with him and that's the reason why she said they wasn't. Why would you want to be with a guy who was kissing all over your friend on national television? That's just not something you should want. And Eliza says that the reason why she thought it was okay to deal with Safaree is because Safaree said that there's nothing between him and Amara, and then she decides to call up Safaree, put him on speakerphone, and ask him in front of Amara and Brooke if he told her that there was nothing between him and Amara, and he said that he doesn't remember saying it. Now, Safaree is playing games. I'm pretty sure he definitely told Eliza this information, but Eliza should have known what she was getting herself into with Safaree. Anybody who deals with Safaree knows exactly what they're getting, so I don't understand why these women keep getting with him and taking him seriously, even though he was married to LHHMIA and he was playing games with her too. So I just don't understand why, if he wouldn't do right by his wife, why do they think that he would do right by them? So Eliza gets so pissed off that she hangs up the phone and she apologizes to Amara and the two of them hug and Amara accepts her apology. Now, I'm glad that the two of them did not let Safaree come in between them, but I don't think that they should be friends anymore because Eliza already broke Amara's trust. So Shay ends up going to visit her mother, and MJ is there. And as soon as she gets there, MJ starts telling her about how he met with Estelita. And obviously, Shay doesn't like Estelita, so she was rolling her eyes. And MJ started telling Shay that Estelita told him that all the rumors about Fabo cheating on her with women in Wisconsin and women in Miami is true. And so she gets really annoyed because she doesn't understand why MJ is even bringing up somebody that she doesn't like to her. And Shay starts calling Estelita all types of names. She called her a high-priced escort, and she called her a scammer. I don't know if any of this stuff that Shay is saying about Estelita is true, but according to Shay, she heard it from some people. I don't know if it's a good idea to take information that some people are telling you without proof, but maybe she does have the proof, and that's the reason why she's saying it. And so Shay's mother starts asking Shay if she can please not get back together with Fabo, and basically Shay told them that she's not going to make any promises to them because she can be with who she wants to be with, because she doesn't say anything to her mother for being with her father after he cheated on her multiple times, and she doesn't get involved in MJ's relationships, so she wants them to stay out of hers. And although I understand her family's concerns, because I personally, from what I see on the show, don't think that she should be with Fabo either, but I feel like they're pushing her more towards Fabo by going against her relationship with him, because I feel like the more they keep bringing him up and going against him, the more she wants to be with him. And I feel like that's true because later on in this episode, she lets it be known that she's back with Fabo and doesn't care what anybody thinks. And to me, she looks like a fool. I understand they have a child together, but just because you have a child with somebody does not mean you should stay with them even when they're doing you dirty in your relationship. So honestly, I'm not going to feel any sympathy for Shay if he cheats on her again and she's crying on the next season of the show, because if she's saying that she still wants to be with him regardless, then I can't have any more sympathy. So because Eliza feels played by Safaree, she ends up pulling up on him at the gym, and he gets so annoyed because she comes to the gym and she starts going off on him in front of everybody. So he decides to take the conversation outside, and Eliza starts going off on him because she feels like he's downplaying their relationship. According to Eliza, their relationship was more than he's trying to make it seem like it was, because she said that she even met his children that he has with Erica Mena. She said they did a play date with her daughter and his 2 children that he has with Erica, and so she felt like because he introduced her to his children, that means that he was serious about her. But some people don't care. They'll introduce their children to anybody, so I don't know why she thought that would make her special to him. I feel like he plays games with everybody that he gets with, and if you get with him and you take him seriously, then that's your bad. And Safaree tries to tell Eliza that this is the reason why he told her to keep their relationship secret, because he just didn't want any drama, and now that it's out there for everybody to know about it, now the 2 of them are having issues with each other. And she gets so upset that she tells him not to contact her anymore and that she's done with him. And he gets pissed off, so he starts trying to get into his Uber to leave, and she starts tapping on the window to get him to open the door, and he calls her Amara. So when he opens the door, she grabs him by the neck and tries to hit him. Like, she was getting really upset at the fact that he called her Amara. I personally think that he called her Amara on purpose to piss her off. And it definitely did work, because she got really upset. And after she put her hands on him and he drove off in the car, she stormed off and threw her hands up and said that she was done with Safaree completely. I don't know if she's really done with him or not. She shouldn't have been taking him seriously in the first place. And at the very end of this episode, Marcus decides to meet up with Safaree because he wants to see why Safaree keeps getting himself in all this drama with all these women. Marcus was trying to hear Safaree's side of the story, because Safaree keeps saying that everybody takes what the women say and they run with it and don't listen to what he has to say about it. And so when Marcus was trying to understand his side of things, Safaree really wasn't saying anything. Safaree ended up getting so pissed off because people are believing what these women are saying about him that he got up and started going off. He started yelling, and he ended up leaving the meeting with Marcus. And I was laughing at Marcus's facial expression because he didn't understand what the hell was going on with Safaree. Safaree is a clown, okay? I could not take his meltdown in this episode seriously, because to me, he wasn't taking it seriously either. I think he just wanted to make the scene more dramatic. And Marcus's facial expression was so funny. And the way that he got on the phone with Brooke and told her what was going on, and he sounded so confused. Like, he sounded literally flabbergasted at the way that Safaree was acting. I couldn't take Safaree seriously because the last time we saw him have a meltdown like this, he threw a chair and the chair hit him in the back of the head. Like, the chair he threw hit him in the head. I just was so confused by that, and so I really couldn't take this seriously. Safaree needs to do some work on himself and stop getting into relationships with women until he knows that he's ready to commit to somebody, because he can date women and just date them casually and not take it seriously and tell them that he doesn't want to be serious and he doesn't want to be in a relationship and they're just having a good time. But instead he gets with these women a lot of the times and he plays games with them and makes them think that he's serious about them and he shouldn't do that. And that's where he goes wrong all the time. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.